Backlinking, AI strategies for authority. Search is where first impressions happen. If you sell into mid-market or enterprise, your buyers often meet you in a search result before they ever take a cold call. Forrester estimates 67% of the B2B buyer's journey now happens digitally, and roughly 71% of buyers start with a Google search. So authority isn't nice SEO, it's a real acquisition channel. The catch is that most content never earns authority at all. About 94 to 95% of web pages have zero backlinks, which means they're effectively invisible no matter how good the writing is. In B2B, that invisibility shows up downstream as higher CAC, lower reply rates, and outbound teams fighting for attention with cold email and cold calling services alone. AI changes the game because link building is packed with repetitive, data-heavy tasks: researching prospects, matching topics, drafting personalization, and analyzing what to do next. When we treat backlinking as a revenue system, not a vanity metric, we can use AI to accelerate execution while keeping the strategy anchored to pipeline. Why backlinks still drive B2B revenue? Backlinks remain one of the clearest signals of authority in competitive search results. A large Backlinko study found the number one result has about 3.8 times more backlinks than positions number 2 through number 10, which is a strong reminder that good content rarely wins by itself when every competitor is publishing weekly. The business impact is measurable when links point to the right pages. One study on backlink placements reported a 275% lift in Google search impressions and a 14% increase in organic clicks after adding quality backlinks. That's not just a traffic story, it's more of the right accounts seeing your solutions, reading your proof, and entering your funnel with intent. This is why we encourage GTM teams to treat backlinks like a compounding asset with an ROI profile similar to other durable channels. Industry benchmarks put SEO at roughly 825% ROI over 3 years on average, and B2B SaaS at about 702% ROI with an approximate 7-month payback. Numbers that are hard to ignore when you're deciding between hiring another SDR or building an inbound pipeline engine. Anchor link building in revenue, not rankings. The fastest way to waste time is building links to pages that don't create pipeline. Before we run any AI workflows, we map 5 to 10 revenue-critical URLs: pricing, solution pages, comparison pages, high-performing case studies, and bottom-of-funnel guides. Then we make those the why behind every outreach campaign. This is also where sales alignment matters. Your AEs and your SDR agency partners know what prospects ask on calls, what objections stall deals, and what proof closes the loop. When marketing turns those real questions into linkable assets, benchmarks, frameworks, ROI stories, backlinks become a direct assist for the outbound sales agency motion, not a separate SEO side project. AI helps most when it supports this prioritization instead of overriding it. We like a simple split. AI does about 70% of the grunt work: research, clustering, drafting, while humans own the 30% that requires taste, positioning, and relationship context, so your outreach doesn't sound like a bot and your brand doesn't get burned. A practical AI workflow for prospecting and outreach. Start with a backlink and competitor audit using tools like Ahrefs or SEMrush. Then export referring domains and competitor link sources into a spreadsheet. From there, use an AI assistant to classify each domain by topical relevance, audience fit, and editorial quality, so you're not chasing link volume from random blogs that your buyers will never read. Next, build a focused outreach list. Think 50 to 100 targets at a time, and have AI generate first drafts of personalized pitches based on the target site's recent content. The key is restraint. Over-automating outreach is a common mistake that tanks response rates, annoys editors, and can even create deliverability issues for your cold email agency setup if you're sending templated messages at scale. Finally, manage expectations with timelines and reporting. Link building impact typically shows up in about 3.1 months, so we recommend forecasting it as a medium-term pipeline lever, not a next-week fix. When leadership understands the cadence, it's easier to protect quality standards and avoid shortcuts like buying sketchy links that can create long-term risk. Use AI to speed up the work, not to skip the thinking. Authority comes from relevance, credibility, and relationships. Build linkable assets from sales gold you already have. Most teams already have link-worthy material. They just don't package it for the public web. Customer benchmarks, anonymized performance trends, ROI analyses, and implementation lessons from real accounts can be turned into quarterly flagship assets that editors actually want to cite. AI can help you outline the report, identify gaps, draft alternative angles, and suggest supporting visuals, but the insights must be genuinely yours. When the asset is truly differentiated, it becomes easier to earn contextual, in-content links, the placements that move rankings and drive referral traffic, instead of weak footer links or irrelevant directories. This also creates a direct bridge to Outbound. When SalesHive runs sales outsourcing programs, our teams can reference these authoritative assets in follow-ups and call openers as third-party validation, which often improves credibility compared to a message that sounds like every other cold-calling company. Done right, backlinking feeds both inbound demand and warmer conversations for your outsourced sales team. Common mistakes that kill authority and how to fix them. Mistake 1 is chasing volume over relevance. 1,000 low-quality links won't help and can even signal spam. Instead, prioritize domains your buyers already trust: industry publications, niche blogs, associations, and partners. And use AI scoring to filter prospects before you ever send an email. Mistake 2 is treating backlinking as SEO's job while sales works a separate plan. When the motions are disconnected, you earn links to informational pages that never convert, and your B2B sales agency efforts still face objections like, "We've never heard of you." The fix is a shared roadmap where sales identifies revenue moments and marketing builds linkable assets that directly support those moments. Mistake 3 is ignoring link placement and context. An editorial link in the body of a relevant article carries different authority than a sidebar mention, and it's more likely to send qualified referral traffic. Train both your team and your AI prompts to evaluate the surrounding content, the anchor text, and whether the page is actually read by the people you want to reach. Turn backlinks into sales enablement and pipeline attribution. Backlinks are not just an SEO mechanic, they're social proof your reps can use. Build a simple internal credibility sheet that lists your most linked assets and the publications referencing them. Then integrate that language into sequences and call openers for B2B cold calling services and outbound email, so prospects connect your brand with authority before they evaluate pricing. From an operations standpoint, connect the dots in reporting. Track new referring domains and organic traffic for the specific pages you're building links to. Then tie those sessions to MQLs, opportunities, and influenced revenue in your CRM. When marketing can credibly show a lift in organic sourced pipeline, budget conversations stop being about domain rating and start being about growth efficiency. We also recommend segmenting results by intent, not just volume. A few strong links to a solution page can outperform dozens of links to a generic blog post, especially if your goal is demo requests for a cold calling agency or an SDR agency's evaluation. The point is to build authority where it changes buying behavior, not where it looks good on a dashboard. AI Search, EEAT, and the next Backlink Playbook. AI-powered search and answer engines are raising the bar on credibility, which makes authority signals more valuable, not less. In fact, about 73.2% of practitioners believe backlinks influence whether a page appears in AI-powered search results. So link building is increasingly about becoming the source that systems choose to cite. That shift reinforces quality-first behavior. Publish deeper content, show real experience, and earn endorsements from credible sites in your category. If you're tempted by cheap and fast link offers, don't. If you pay for anything, pay for content creation and digital PR processes that lead to editorially earned links, because that's the sustainable path. For next steps, start with a 90-day plan. Select revenue-critical pages, ship one flagship linkable asset, run a tightly scoped AI-assisted outreach campaign, and review results as a GTM team monthly. When your authority grows, SalesHive can help turn that demand into conversations, blending inbound trust with outbound execution through our SDR teams, list building services, and disciplined outreach that supports your pipeline goals.